ॐ भैरवाय नमः। ॐ हिङ्गुलाम्बिकाय नमः। ॐ कामाख्याय नमः। ॐ कालकालाय विद्महे कालातीताय धीमहि तन्नो कालभैरव प्रचोदयात्। ॐ हिङ्गुळे परमहिङ्गुळे अमृतरूपिणी तनुशक्तिमनशिवे श्रीहिङ्गुळाय नमः। Namaskaram. Welcome to yet another video of our Ishtartha Guru Bhairava. Today, as we are entering to the sacred time of our Ishtartha Guru Bhairava Jayanti, Kala Bhairava Jayanti, the most awaited. Many of them actually are writing to me, to phrasing like, as Bhairava energy is spiking up, many of the social medias, gurus and YouTubers and many of influencers are actually sharing the new paddhatis when it comes to the Bhairava sadhana. As every cell of sadhakas are filled with a Bhairava now, I have received many, like countless messages, emails as well as the DMs asking me that actually what is the new sadhana for the Bhairava Jayanti, what we have it. And few of them have written that, is there any kind of a new mantra, any new special paddhati we should follow this time when it comes to the special Ashtami? Because every Ashtami is a very special for each sadhakas, and it has been followed when it comes to the sadhana paddhati, especially in the Bhairava Anugraha. Before we speak of that and share you a detailed sadhana paddhati and tell you about a new mantra today, let me just also tell you a small story. The story which is told by my Guru, not a story of a religion, but a story of an understanding, a story of a faith, a story where the heart of the sadhana is actually resided. This is a story of four friends, like four friends from a different faith, different caste, different community, dedicated to cross over the river to reach to the other side of the spiritual practices. They were on the way in the woods. During the crossing the river, one was from a Muslim community, one was from a Christian, one was from a Sikh, and other was from a Hindu. Each was sincere in their own devotion. Their surrenderness towards Daiva was very, 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 very beautiful. As they rode through the river, half the way across, water began to flood it to the boat. The hole had formed beneath the boat. They did not initially notice, but when they went into the mid of the river, they were able to identify this. The wave grieved. It was very fierce. The current pulled them a deeper, and the water was actually clogging more huge. Immediately, they did not had any option to call to their devatas to get the support, because none of them actually were knew about how to swim and go out of this particular danger. The Muslim devotee called out as Ya Allah, and immediately his heart was firm, unshaken. The presence of Allah manifested. The water claimed, and he was lifted to the safety to the bank of the river. The same thing happened with the Christian. He called us, "Oh Jesus Christ." Immediately the voice was soaked in the surrender. He called in such a deepest depth of his heart. Immediately the Christ was appeared and holded his hand and carried him to the banks of the river, to the shore. The Sikh called Vaheguru and the divine light appeared around him, guided him safely to move towards the shore. Then came the Hindu. He cried as Shiva. For a couple of minutes, there was a silence. No one came. He called Rama. No response. Immediately he changed Kali Ma. Nothing again. He again called a different Swarupa of the Kuladevi. But then the boat had already sunk and he was drowned. The truth behind the story, what we need to know is not the story is not about the failure. It is about when the Hindu reached to the divine realm, to the Swargaloka, Bhagavan welcomed him in a very beautifully and he said, because you remembered me in your final breath, you have reached to the place where most of them actually will never make up to come here. There is no sorrow existence here. You will be taken care, no more sorrow in your life. But the man, filled with a frustration, he immediately stamped his leg and told, if that is a true, why did not you come when I called? Why did not anyone or any Swarupa came to save me when I needed you the most important time? But the friends with me who were there, whenever they called, there Daiva was able to take them to the shore, to the banks of the river and save them. Why did not none of the Devatas were able to help me out? Bhagavan smiled here and said, when you first called me as a Shiva, I began to come as a Shiva with all the Atas, Nandi, everyone. Then immediately, before I was about to reach you in a second, you immediately called as Rama. I was supposed to change my form. And before I was about to change my form and get ready, immediately you called Kalima. Again I was supposed to change everything. Each time I shifted one Swarupa to another Swarupa. But before I could reach to you, you changed again. Bhagavan told, my child, was not me who was late. It was you who keep on starting over again with less of faith, thinking that one more Devata is going to come and save you. Yes, of course, we as Sanatanis have Mukkoti Devatas. So many Devatas who are around us. But there is only one Ishtartha Devata. And once the Ishtartha Devata is there, he knows that actually he is going to take care of this life. The inner meaning of every sadhaka, what we need to know here is, this story is not about who is right or who is wrong or which caste or no. It is about the mind of the seeker. It is an endless search for something new, always new. I need something new. Every time you are changing one devatas, one mantras, one paddhatis, one nyasa, one guru. Your guru is getting changed frequently because someone speaks very beautifully or someone actually gives some mantra to you or some new paddhati is being given by someone. Trust me, you don't progress here. You start again from zero. See, sadhana is about faith. Faith in oneself, faith in one guru, faith in one paddhati, faith in oneself who you have trusted him a lot. When you switch path because you think maybe the sadhana will give a faster results. Someone will tell that actually some yogi or some aghori has given me some new paddhati which my guru previously had given. This aghori's mantra which he is given, it is going to work very quickly and fast. It may, I'm not denying it. Maybe the sadhana will be giving a faster results. They may be telling this. You unknowingly throw away all the inner growth you have already earned. You are thinking that actually you are going to gain something new heights. But again, let me just tell you, you will start with zero. You will start with step zero. Remember, in sadhana, new is always delay. Every new path looks excited. They'll tell, many of them will come and tell me that actually you have been telling me to do a Bhairava sadhana, but I want to do a different sadhana, Bhairava sadhana. Few people come and tell in Prathama Charana, when they ask me like, why can't you give me a Kala Bhairava sadhana? Few in Rudrakshi Dharana, they tell that it is a Bhairava Kavacha, but they come and ask me like, why not Ashtabhairava sadhana? Why not the Digbandhana sadhana? Why is not been given to me? What is Digbandhana sadhana? So let me just tell you, as we grow our love towards Him, each and every step will open up when we are getting ready. There may be a certain situation where a single Nama Japa need to be recited for the thousands of or lakhs of times or so many years or even for the lifetimes. Maybe you have heard about one more story that actually once the woodcutter, which is already I have shared this, had recited only the Kalima mantra only for the 3 times in the midst of the wood, where a tantric was able to perform a Shavasadhana. Just the tantric was killed by one of a tiger, but the woodcutter sitting on the top of the wood, thinking that actually and seeing all these actions, just recited the same mantra for 3 times, but Devi was able to come to him. He also had the same question, asking that, Ma, that particular tantric was able to call you for past couple of hours doing the same sadhana, sitting on the corpse and doing all your paddhati, whichever is supposed to, but you did not never come up. Finally, he was being killed by a furious animal. But when I called only for the 3 times, you came and you saved me. Kalima was able to tell very beautifully that, my child, you are been calling me for the last 16 janmas, but he is still in the 7th janma. Don't think about the physical nature or the physical attire of the person or the situation. Or don't compare here with that particular tantric as well as you. Ma was able to very beautifully tell this. Here in this story also, what we need to understand is, whatever we do, it is Janmantara sadhana. When you are doing a Bhairava sadhana, let me remind you, if you are taking the Namasmarana of Bhairava, it is not this Janmam. You have crossed so many Janmam to actually come to the stage. Even calling out his name, no one can dare to do that. You can only call him in case or if you are blessed with his grace from so many lifetimes. And this cannot happen immediately after seeing one video or some influencer is talking about someone proclaiming themselves as some guru, telling that actually I am going to give them sadhana paddhati, your life will be changed. It cannot happen. Bhairava sadhana, Bhairava namasmarana, Bhairava japa, Bhairava aradhana cannot be done without his anugraha. It can only happen when his grace is upon us from many, many lifetimes. Just remember, whatever the true stories I have told you, sadhana, the new is always delay. Every new path looks very exciting, but in the silently resets your journey. You start building the temple again from the foundation, not from where you left. Don't switch the Swarupa. Even in Bhairava, Vatuka Bhairava, many people tell that actually I am keep on doing the Vatuka Bhairavas. Let me tell you, Vatuka Bhairava can bestow you anything, everything, in not only in this Janmantar sadhana paddhati, he can actually take you Bhavasara from any steps. There is no need to actually switch over. Someone trying to tell that Ashtabhairava are very powerful. 108 Swarupas of Bhairava is very powerful. Let me tell you, each Swarupa of the Bhairava is such a profound, such a powerful, only you need to experience that. The sweetness of his energy need to be experienced. It cannot be said, or it cannot be actually written, or it cannot be actually told very easily. It can only be experienced. Sadhana, simplest sadhana. Whatever the paddhati which has been given in Bhairava Anugraha is not like actually as very casually, or unless actually I have not experienced, I have not shared all these things. Every sadhana paddhati which is given here is with utmost care. And this care is being taken such that actually that's why a true seeker must learn to stay, to trust, to wait and to deepen, not to keep on resetting it. And once you get connected to the sadhana paddhati, life will always progress. But only thing is you need to have a trust. You will be shaken. I'm not denying it. You will be shaken. You will be shaken to the core when he is going to come and test you. He is going to test you in all the forms, all the ways, all the stages. Seeing that, are you really looking for me, or actually some milestones, some siddhis? Because let me remind you one thing. Bhairava never delays. He waits for your heart to stop changing the directions. Only when you trust, become steady, does his grace, it descends without any kind of an interruption. It can happen only by faith. Have such a faith, or be in such a faith in one particular Swarupa of the Bhairava, where he is going to take us out of this Bhavasara. My only message on this upcoming Kala Bhairava Jayanti or Ishtartha Guru Bhairava Jayanti is, this sacred Kala Bhairava Jayanti, let us not run after the something called as the next new sadhana, special mantra, something trending online, some gurus sharing some information, some influencers telling something. 4 दिया लगा दो, सभी आपका जीवन कल्याण हो जाएगा. Let me just tell you, let us not jump between one yogi saying what another video claims. Here everyone has their own experience, but everyone wants to promote. But here in Bhairava Anugraha, nothing is promoted. Bhairava is not for sale. Every time we keep on telling this. Every sadhana paddhati here is being given to his lotus feet with the utmost surrender and love. It is who you need to actually experience. If you keep on juggling between one Swarupa to the other Swarupa, one mantra to the other mantra, one sadhana to the other sadhana, yes, you may not. You will reach, I am not denying it, but you will have to start from zero. Sadhana is not a shopping list. It is a surrender. When your devotion becomes one-pointed, when you say like Bhairava, even if you come late, I will still wait. Same as the Nandi waited. Same as actually every Swana waited for his own Guru, own owner to come back to his home. Same is what the surrenderness what we need to have. Because I know you are going to walk towards me. That is when the Bhairava truly appears. When we have this bhavana, when we have this surrender, when we have this call, then only he is going to come. On this Ashtami, let us root ourselves back to the teachers, the teachings which our Guru Parampara has given to us. The Parampara and the Paddhati given with lot of love, the grace through the Bhairava Anugraha lineage which has been shared to you. Follow it not because it is a old. thinking that actually already I have done this, I have already completed 2 anushtanas, nothing happened. 3 anushtana, nothing happened. 4 anushtana, nothing happened. Whenever you think that nothing happened, recall the story of whatever I have told today. It is not to prove he is alive. The connection to his feet is still alive only when you start experiencing it. If you are hearing this message for the first time, or if you have come across this video for the first time, I bow down to the sadhakas. I invite you, not as a followers. Let me just tell you, in Bhairava Anugraha, we don't have followers. They are the seekers, the true seekers of Bhairava, to walk this path through the trust, discipline, and the devotion. In this particular channel, we have never asked, in Bhairava Anugraha channel, we have never asked subscribe, like, share, comment. Never we are going to tell this, nor have ever told this. This is a place of sadhana that gives a sadhana at deepmost surrender and love. Here, only one tagline is Bhairava is not for sale. Sadhana is not for sale. Sadhana is the gift, the compassion which has been gifted by our Ishtartha. It's a Bhairava consciousness, because here Bhairava is not a brand. He is a breath behind every mantra which has been given. In sadhana paddhati, every offering, every silence, every belongs to his own grace, belong only to his lotus feet. None is being offered as a practical approach, or thinking that some new aspect going to bring into the sadhana paddhati which is going to open a new dimensions in someone's life. Let this Jayanti not be about finding something new, but about returning what you are always true. May Guru Bhairava grace burn your doubts, stabilize your heart, and lift you beyond the fear into his timeless embrace. This is what actually I request for him, and may his grace shower on all of sadhakas who are part of Bhairava sadhana, irrespective of any channel or anything. If you are doing Bhairava sadhana, trust me, you have been blessed. Sarvam Bhairavastu. Om Kala Kalaya Vidmahem Kalatitaya Dhimahi Tanno Kala Bhairava Prachodayat. Om Kamakya Varadi Devi Neela Parvatavasini Tvam Devi Jagatam Matram Yoni Mudre Namostute. Namaskaram.